Hi there, Gemini. Welcome to your reading. This is Yetta Pearl, and this is your general angel reading for the week of June 27th through July 3rd of 2022. So your cards are just nicely out here. So I'm just going to have a little look here. Okay. So the abundance deck came forward this time. It actually doesn't come out very often. And so when it does, it's generally an indication that you're a little worried about finances. So the first card that came out said, face your financial fears. It's like you've been seeing this for a little while, but you haven't really got deep into the heart of the matter. So you need to sit with this and really feel it in your gut. Like I can just feel your gut just clenching with anxiety and fear, right? And so really face that and see what exactly is that fear. Is it fear of bankruptcy or of just not having enough? Or is it, you think you've done something wrong, or you've recently heard some news that makes you wonder if things are going to do well, or, all those things. So face exactly what that is. And then let yourself receive, that's what they're saying, let yourself receive the guidance from above, because they can see things that we can't. We can't really predict how finances are going to go here in our future. Things are different right now in our world. Things are not behaving financially the way they used to. And so that's got you kind of scared. But if you can just receive that guidance, then number one, you'll know where to look, not necessarily where to go, but where to look for your answers. There's also somebody is going to be of a big help to you. Somebody that you didn't really expect would be. That's kind of what I'm getting. So it's like it's not a financial advisor, but somebody is going to say something that's going to make you go, oh, I didn't think of that. And then you'll have another avenue to pursue, right? So face these fears, find out exactly what they are, and then you'll realize whether it's founded or unfounded. And you will realize too that there are other options. Okay, that's what I'm being told. All right. Now when you do have fears about things, that is attracting more of that. Like fear is a low vibration. And when you're feeling that all the time, or a lot, right? Then that's your predominant vibration or frequency that you're giving off. And then that's what you're attracting, right? The spiritual law of attraction. And so you want to be working, I guess. You want to be conscious of that. You want to very deliberately make your energy of a higher vibration. Because when you are filled with fear about anything, not just finances, when you are filled with fear, you're going to attract more things that fill you with fear. So keeping in mind that your vibration is what draws things to you. That's what creates your whole world. And so doing things that are higher vibration is going to increase yours, and that will attract even more higher, and and on it goes. That's how it works. Okay. And so right along with that, bountiful nature. So let me read this. Spending time in nature helps shift you to a higher vibration and reminds you of infinite abundance. Go outside and enjoy a walk or a hike with your pet, or meditate underneath a tree, or go in the garden, sit under the stars, or do some other activity to connect with the limitless vastness, right? Because nature is one of the very highest vibrations that's possible. And when you sit there and you appreciate it, then you get to take some of it on, right? Yeah. Oh, it just feels so good. So there's also grounding. So when you're out in nature, try to be barefoot or lay full out on the ground, or things like that, because that just so benefits you. And then your frequency then eventually resonates with the frequency of the earth. It's the most healing way you can be. Yeah, okay. So spend time in nature, because that'll help you get away from that fear. Okay. Now, okay, this one next. I was just asking which card the angels want you to experience next. And so kind of along the same lines is listen. When you're facing your financial fears and they're asking you to receive the messages from your guidance, you're listening. You're not only listening, you're feeling, you're seeing, you're knowing, right? It's all those senses. But, they might as well say receiving, because it's kind of the same thing. For right now, it's a time for you to listen more and talk less. You're taking in everything, but you don't need to be excited about speaking your piece. Sometimes it's the opposite. But for this week, you need to be listening more and observing more, seeing what the lay of the land is, right? And when you're out in nature, listening to your guidance, listening to the trees, because they will never steer you wrong. Okay, all right. All right. And so it's time to, there's balance. They're saying you're a little bit out of balance. That fear of the financial world has kind of gotten you out of balance, so that you're a little off kilter, right? You don't quite know where to go or what to do. One of the things that will help you achieve and maintain balance is giving. So they call it donations, tithing, and charitable work. And it is really, really important. Like if you hold on tightly to everything you've got, whether you actually need it or not, then you're stopping any incoming flow as well. It's like things have to flow out in order for new things to flow in. And, every time I get this kind of a message, this giving, receiving balance, it is the infinity symbol that I'm given every time. It's flow. As things go out, then there's room for things to come in. As they go out, there's room to come in. And it works that way all the time. And so when you are so fortunate, so blessed to have excess things, then it also feels really amazing to be able to share that. A certain amount. I mean, you're not going to give away everything. But yeah, some charitable work, some tithing, some donating is what is needed, and that's what keeps your flow going. So go through your stuff. See, what do you not need anymore? Maybe it's clothing. Maybe it's, I don't know, appliances, whatever it is, and give those away. Give those to somebody who needs it, or an organization who can distribute it, or something like that. Do it that way. Okay. You'll feel good. It's almost like, the more we feel lacking, I will use money here as an example, just because most of us understand that better, right? So when you're sitting there and you're feeling like you don't have very much money, you're having those financial fears, right? Then the tendency is to hold on to it, to not spend it, to not, certainly not give it away, you know, all that stuff. But the tighter we hold on to it, the more fearful we get. And then there's no flow happening. There's nothing new coming into your life, and you're not giving anything away. So things get stagnant, and then they can't change very easily, whether better or worse, right? So the more we, can be a little looser, a little more relaxed about that, and say, yes, I can give you this. Please allow me to help. And then that opens everything up. It's like it breaks the crust off. And then that opens the way for that flow to begin, and to get rid of the stagnant stuff and let it flow and let it go. And it feels really good. Okay. Now, are you having a disagreement with somebody? It may be a big thing. It may be just a little minor thing. Either way, practice seeing the other person's point of view. Yeah. It might even change your mind in the end. We'll see. I mean, as you let in other perspectives, other points of view, then you understand that yours is not the only one, and that there are other ways of thought. And so by allowing yourself to see the other person's point of view, you are broadening your horizons, and you're making yourself the bigger person. The more well-rounded person. And then you open yourself up to all these beautiful new possibilities. It really works in your favor. Okay? All right. Now, let's see. We have the daily guidance cards. And we'll ask for one last bit of wisdom. There it is. See only love. Same thing. See the other person's point of view. See only love. Just a minute ago in a different reading, we got the same card, and the image they gave me then was that of a Care Bear. So for you to be the Care Bear and only spreading love everywhere, no matter who it is, no matter what the situation is, just only spread love, and only let yourself see love, because that then is what you will attract more of. Yeah, beautiful. Well, Gemini, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you immensely, and I love you, and I'll see you next time.